Hi, you guys. My name is Andrew, and before I get into what I want to talk about with you, I just want to give you a little bit of background on myself and why I do what I do. So, I'm a U.S. Marine veteran. I got out of the Marine Corps in 2020, right in the middle of COVID craziness, and I saw how many small businesses were hurting as a result of that. That did not sit well with me because I believe in small business as the backbone of America. And so, that's why I'm doing this. I started a company called Sovereign SEO, and my objective with that company is to help small businesses reach more customers so that you guys can help more people and have the growth that you're desiring. So, with that in mind, I want to give you guys some tips on how you can help more people by reaching the people who are looking online. And so, just to give some context on why that's so important. This is a tool I use called Ahrefs. It allows me, among other things, to see how many people are searching for certain things each month. So these are keywords related to roofing in Phoenix. Roofing companies in Phoenix get searched 700 times a month. And all these different variations of those keywords down here get searched 300, 250. So my point is there are thousands of people online searching for this every month. And this is just for Phoenix alone. If we looked for Mesa or for Glendale or for Scottsdale, Gilbert, any other area of the valley, there are also people searching for those locales. So there are truly thousands of people around the valley looking for the services that you guys offer. So I'm sure you can easily see how that would be important to drive some of that traffic to your page. Because in doing so, if you have thousands of visitors on your page each month, that means a lot of contacts for you guys, and potentially leads to 10, 20, 30, or even many more leads than that each month. And I know when we're talking about roofing, those are significant numbers because roofing jobs are really big. So I hope you can see why that's important. And now I'd like to give you some tangible tips on what you can do to to make that happen. So first thing I want to talk about is content. I have your website up right here. My first recommendation would be to add some content that reflects these exact words in your site. All right, something that's helpful for a lot of companies here in the valley, because there's so many different locales, is to have location pages, because then you can have a page that laces in these keywords with Phoenix. You can have another page that does it with Scottsdale, another page that does it with Chandler, and you can have different pages all throughout the valley so that you can highlight keywords for those areas without having to try to cram them all into one page and make it sound weird and kind of convoluted with text that's just going everywhere and talking about all these different kinds of things. So to show you what this looks like in action, because actually, and before I go, I did want to highlight, it looks like you guys are doing a good job of highlighting this with Arizona as a whole. You got Arizona Roof Repair, Arizona Roofing Company. It's good that you're highlighting that for Arizona, but what's generally more successful for companies is to highlight local keywords, because that's generally how users search. If I'm going out, and I live out in Santan Valley, so if I'm doing a search, I'll search something like Santan Valley roofers, right? Or roofers near Santan Valley, something like that. So that's generally how people search, and so that's why I recommend going after local keywords rather than state keywords. So to give you an idea what that looks like in practice, I did a quick Phoenix roofer search on Google. These are your first two competitors that pop up down here, and this is what their websites look like. So this is Level 5 Roofing. If we scroll down to their content, you see Roofing Phoenix, roofing companies in Phoenix, AZ, roofing contractors in Phoenix, AZ, roof replacement in Phoenix, AZ. So you can see very clearly these guys get this idea. They are repeating these keywords many times. They're not doing it to a point where it sounds ridiculous. It organically fits into their text, but they are reiterating those keywords so that Google knows exactly what this page is about. All right. Lions Roofing, these guys are doing the same thing. Roofers in Phoenix, roofers in the Phoenix area, roofing issues in Tucson and Phoenix. So these guys are both good examples of using those location-based keywords on their websites, and it's letting Google know, hey, these sites are relevant for that. The other side of ranking highly in the organic rankings is my next tip. This is tip number 2. This is something called backlinks. So a backlink is just any time that your site gets mentioned on the internet. And so what that kind of does is Google says, hey, if other sites are talking about this site and the sites that are talking about them are credible, it makes it so that your site is also seen as credible. So it's important to do tip number 1 that I'm talking about, because then Google knows what to rank you for. But it's important to implement this backlinking tip too, because then this basically affects how highly you're ranked for it. So tip number 1, content, lets Google know what to rank you for, and backlinking lets Google know how credible of a source you are. So it depends how high up in the rankings they're going to put you on the list. So this is you guys right now. You have 95 backlinks coming in from 33 different sites, and as a result of your content and backlinks, you're getting ranked for some of these words. And these are good words. These are good words to be ranking for, right? Commercial roofer Phoenix, that's good. Roofing company Arizona, we talked about that. That is good. Although I would definitely recommend more of ones like this with Glendale, Phoenix, Peoria. In my opinion, these are better keywords to have than that. The problem is, if we look over here at the position, you guys are ranking for those keywords, but you're ranking on page 2, 3, 3, 4. So my biggest recommendation for you guys would be to add some more backlinks, because adding backlinks is going to get you ranked higher for those words that you're already ranking for. All right, so that's out of these three tips and recommendations I'm giving, this one I think is most relevant to you guys. The last thing I want to talk about is something called the map pack. So this is the map pack right here. It's basically Google's own little business directory. And as you can see, level 5 roofing and Lions Roofing, they do not appear in the top 3 right here. The reason for that is organic ranking is affected by content and backlinks, like I just talked about. And the map pack is affected by something called citations instead. So citations, all they are is where your business name and business name, address, and phone number appear together online. And generally that's in the form of a business directory like Yellow Pages or Better Business Bureau. So those are, those are some of the places you can get citations. And what you want to do is you want to go, and this is my tip specifically. You go look at these companies that are ranked for the top 3 for the words that you want to rank for, and you find what citations they have, and then you go and get your business cited in those directories as well. And then you go get some that they don't have, so that you always have what they have plus some more. And that will help your ranking in here, and ideally get you into the top 3. All right, so those are my 3 tips that I have for you guys. I truly hope the information is helpful. I would appreciate any feedback you have from me, and would certainly love to answer any questions, so do not hesitate to reach out. Thank you so much for your time.